And that's all the Transformers music you're getting, because I'm not gonna get cucked this time. If you've been around the channel before, you'll recognize that this guy's been around for quite a long time. And, well, it got me back into Transformers in the first place. I swear, it's not an addiction. This is Titan's Return Hot Rod, which is a figure that hasn't aged that well, at least compared to modern figures, but he still does look pretty cool. He looks like how he does in G1, but just a bit more modernized, and a bit held back by budget. That's why he looks like he only focused on arm day and not leg day. This does show a bit of a problem. He isn't the best at posing. While I can get him into a few poses, he's just overall pretty clunky, which was a nightmare to do stop motion with, and you wonder why I don't do them much anymore. Some things that added to that were the not so great amount of joints and how loose some of them were. Although I did put some tissues in the ball joints to make them a bit stronger. If you've been one of the people that stick around the channel, you know this isn't my first copy. Well, maybe. If you look at a few of my older stop motions, you can see that the back part here had broken off, so I do suggest to be a bit careful. Now with the back off, it pretty much made it an accessory. So let's take a look at the actual accessories. You get the gun that can split into two. While they're fine, I know exactly where they should go. Along with those, you can rip the head off and it becomes a little guy named Fire Drive with a face on his back. Best to just keep him as the head. And we'll keep the head on him for the size comparisons. Here we have Barbados Lupus, a Graze, Crasher, and a Mouse. If that's just what the figure did, it would be a bit boring, but this is a Transformer. So let's get to the transformation. After a quick and easy transformation, you get the vehicle mode, or as I like to say, my favorite part. It's such a sleek and fast looking car. Like, I can just imagine this burning rubber in a race or something. Hell, I think it kinda makes up for the bad robot mode. Only slightly though. And yet again, we'd run into an issue. Accuracy. Let's compare it to G1, shall we? While you can tell they're the same character, they're not really the same car. Aside from the general proportions, it just also looks meaner as well. Especially how the front doesn't just slope down. It looks more complex and aerodynamic. So if not G1, then maybe the Titan's Return shell. Aside from the back looking similar, there were some probably artistic liberties. But I don't really care, I think it just looks really cool. Another thing that I think is cool is the tough paint, which means you can be a little rough with it, and it'll still look pretty fine. What isn't so fine is the weapon storage. It just looks pretty dumb. You can do it another way, but no, don't. The pegs are too big for the holes. They'll stress and break. It happened to my old copy. I swear to God, if anyone makes the joke, aside from the fact that the front get knocked out of place easily, there aren't many other issues. So let's just move on to the size comparisons. Lupus, Graze, Crasher, and a Mouse. To conclude, I think this guy's pretty good. He's more just a fun toy rather than anything else. I suggest picking it up if you want something just fun. So 8 out of 10, better than the Studio Series version. This wasn't really edited as much as I wanted it to be. Let's just say I'm preparing for my next review.